Did we complete adverbs or did we just start it? Anyways, I will do one thing. Okay, we will just go through from the beginning, right? Is the screen visible? Can someone confirm?
Yes, ma'am,
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
great. Available.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so adverbs is the fifth part of speech that comes immediately after adjectives. And the reason for naming it the fifth part of speech is that there is generally an order to study these parts of speeches. Okay, we know that there are eight parts of speech, and of course, if you are someone who has already studied grammar in a very young age, then that's not a problem to learn the topics in your own order. Okay, so there is no rule that you should learn adjectives only or adverbs only as the fifth part of speech. There is no compulsion like that. But generally for school students, we start with parts of speech and that too with nouns. Okay. So noun, then comes pronouns, and then followed by verbs, adjectives, and the last one, that is the fifth one, will be the adverbs. Okay. So after that, we have three more prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. We have three more people to deal with. Okay. Anyways, for completing the first five parts of speech is a very big relief before starting prepositions. It's because prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections are also important. Yet, the first five parts of speech are highly crucial. Okay. To learn prepositions or conjunctions, you don't have to use a lot of your brain. You don't have to use much of your efforts, I would say. But to learn the first five parts of speech, especially topics like nouns and adjectives and adverbs, you will have to think a little bit technically. Okay, so you will understand what I'm trying to tell when we get into this chapter. All right. So we know what are adjectives. Adjectives are describing words. And what do adjectives describe? What do adjectives describe? Sorry,
What,
pardon.
ma'am?
Yeah. What do adjectives describe?
Adjective describes the noun.
Very good. Adjectives describe nouns. Okay. We can also say adjectives can describe nouns and pronouns. Right. Let us not restrict to nouns. Even pronouns can also be described using adjectives. For example, if I say he looks smart. Okay. So who am I describing here? He looks smart.
You are describing a boy.
The boy. So in the sentence, but there is no word boy. So what is the word that I'm using for a boy?
A pronoun he.
The pronoun he. Very good. So we can say that adjectives can not only describe words, sorry, not only describe nouns, but also pronouns. Okay, fine. Hi Sonal.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Yeah. Okay. So we have just started adverbs. Okay. So please listen to the class. All right. Okay. So adverbs come after adjectives, and what function does adverb do, or what function does an adverb do in a sentence? When we say that adjectives can describe nouns and pronouns, adverbs are also describing words. And now we only want to know who are these adverbs describing, or what does the adverb describe? Any guesses?
Adverbs describe the verb.
Very good. Adverbs describe verbs. So from the name adverbs itself, you can coin the word verbs. You can, when you read the word adverb, you can see verbs is located inside this word. It is already, that word is already coined inside adverbs. So when adjectives describe nouns and pronouns, adjectives can describe or qualify or modify a noun or a pronoun. Similarly, adverbs can describe or qualify or modify a verb. Okay. So this is the basic function of any adverb. the basic or the fundamental rule, fundamental function of any adverb is to describe a verb. But in this chapter, apart from this particular part, we will also be learning that adverbs can not only describe verbs, adverbs can rather describe two more people. Two more people in the sense two more aspects. What are those two other aspects? Any guesses? The first function is adverbs describe verbs. If someone asks you what does an adverb do in a sentence or what do adverbs do generally in English, the immediate answer that we can give is adverbs describe verbs. Apart from that, adverbs can also describe two more aspects or two more parts of speech. They are adjectives and other adverbs in a sentence. I repeat, adverbs can not only describe verbs in a sentence, but also adjectives and other adverbs in a sentence. So generally, if we say that adverb is a word describing a verb, that's fine. That is a good definition that you can give. It's the best thing. But once you go to higher classes, you will also be learning this part of adverbs. So adverbs have three phases. First phase describes the verbs. Second phase describes adjectives. Adjectives are already describing words. Adverbs can describe adjectives. So it's like overlapping, just like a sandwich. Okay. So you are placing one bread, then you are inserting the stuff. Over that, you are again placing the second slice of the bread. Similarly, adjectives are already there in English. They are describing words used to modify nouns or pronouns. Now we are just going to add some stuff or insert some stuff for the sandwich. And above that, you are again placing a new slice of bread. And that new slice of bread is adverb. So adverb can describe the adjective which is placed under. Okay. So learn symbolically or learn by picturizing what you are studying. Okay. So that the concept will be easily understood. Okay. So now let's see adverbs, the first part of speech. What is an adverb? An adverb is a part of speech that helps in modifying or qualifying a verb in a sentence. So as I told you, instead of using the word describing, you can also use modifying or qualifying. And what does an adverb qualify? A verb in a sentence. Now, adverbs can also describe adjectives and other adverbs in a sentence. Okay, so now if you want to write this definition in just a single sentence, you can write like this. Now I have given two sentences as a definition, right? Now if I want to club it together into a single sentence, you can write like this. An adverb is a part of speech that helps in modifying or qualifying a verb, an adjective, or another adverb in a sentence. That's it. You can make it a single sentence. Are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I guess it's not a very tough topic for you. Okay. So now we have some examples. Yeah. Who's willing to read them? Yeah. Sarthak can go ahead.
The man runs fast. The birds fly high. Students wrote the exam quickly. The athlete stood steadily. We frequently visit the beach.
All right. Thank you. So here you can see the man runs fast. So here, before moving to adverbs or before starting adverbs, let us try to identify the verbs in the sentences. Okay. So we know what are verbs, right? So in the first sentence, the man runs fast. What is a verb in the sentence?
Fast.
Run.
I'm asking the verb that is runs. Okay. Yeah. Run is the verb. What is the verb? What is in
Run.
the
The man.
no, I'm asking what is meant by a verb.
Verb is the action.
Verb is an
Word.
action, right? So fast is not a verb. You can note it as that runs is the verb because it is an action. Verbs are action words, right? Alright. So now I'm saying the man runs. I'm going to ask you a question. How does the man run? I said the man runs. The man runs. Okay, fine. The man runs. Okay. Now the question is, how does the man run? So what can we
The
say as
man
that?
runs,
Yes, can you come back, Palak?
the man runs fast. Fast is the
That's
adverb here.
that's it. That's it. The man runs fast. So fast is the answer and it is the adverb of the sentence. Whatever answer you are getting for the question how some action is done or how some verb is performed, whatever answer you are getting, that particular word is the adverb of the sentence. Okay. Similarly, the birds fly high. So what is the action in this sentence? Sarthak, can you try?
Fly.
Yeah, fly is the action. Now my question is, how the birds fly or how do the birds fly?
The birds fly high.
Yes, the birds fly high. So the answer that you're getting is high, which is an adverb. Okay. Next, students wrote the exam quickly. What is the action and the adverb here?
Wrote action. Quickly adverb.
Very good. Wrote is the action, it is the verb, past tense of. Wrote is the past tense of write. And quickly is the adverb. So I am describing how the students wrote the exam. Students wrote the exam, alright. But how did they write? They wrote quickly. Okay, so quickly, it describes the action of writing or write or wrote. So quickly is the adverb. Next, the athlete stood steadily. Okay. So again here you can see stood is the verb, past tense of stand, and steadily will be the adverb. It answers the question, how does the athlete stand? Who is an athlete?
Ma'am, can you repeat it, please?
Who is an athlete?
Uh, the,
We find a lot of athletes during Olympics. Generally, an athlete means a sportsman, especially runners. Okay, those who participate in Olympics are basically athletes. Okay, so runners come under this category of athletes. Alright. So finally, moving to the last question. We frequently visit the beach. Okay. So here, what is the verb and the adverb?
Visit verb.
Okay. And the adverb?
Frequently adverb.
Very good. So
Frequently.
yes. So visit is the verb. Visit means to go and meet someone, and frequently is the adverb. So what does the word frequently mean? What do you call for this word in Hindi? We can also say often. Often and frequently mean the same. Okay? So frequently is whenever you wish to do something, whenever you want to go to a place, whenever your mind tells you to visit the park or a beach, you can go. So is there a specific word for that in Hindi?
I don't know.
Okay. So just like for always, we say hamesha, right? Similarly, for frequently, like I'm not immediately getting it, but there is a word I'm not getting it immediately. Just you can understand that frequently is nothing but an action that you wish to do very often. Okay, whenever you feel like doing, you can do. For example, if I say I frequently eat ice cream, meaning to say that you are a constant ice cream eater. Okay, whenever you find an ice cream, be it in a party or in a meeting, even when you go to hotels, whenever you find an ice cream, you just want to eat it. So you are a frequent consumer of ice creams. Similarly, I frequently have coffee. There are some people who are addicted to caffeine. Okay, coffee has a content called caffeine. So caffeine is good for brain to activate and stimulate your brain to make you energetic. But addiction becomes unhealthy, right? Addiction is not good for anything. So some people are addicted to consuming caffeine, and they frequently need tea or coffee. Okay, especially they want it very hot. Some people are like that. To reduce their stress, whenever they become upset, they immediately need a cup of coffee or tea. Okay, so frequently, so I can say he frequently drinks coffee. So frequently is whatever you feel to do whenever you like. Okay, so we frequently visit the beach. Here, visit is the action and frequently is the adverb. Often is a synonym for frequently. Often and frequently mean the same. Okay, now let's continue. Yes, Palak, you can read the sentences now.
The fire engine runs fast. Listen to his speech carefully. I browse the web frequently. It rained harder. We visit our parents rarely. I hardly go to the school.
All right. So this part is very important, guys. Let's see. The first sentence says the fire engine runs fast. This is just like the man runs fast. So nothing more is there to explain in this part. Okay. Moving to the second sentence. Listen to his speech carefully. This is a command. This is an imperative sentence asking someone to do something. So it's a command. Listen to his speech carefully. So what would be the verb in this sentence?
Speech.
No. Speech is an action. It's an action, but speak is an action, but speech is a noun which someone is going to do. Okay,
Listen, listen.
listen is the action. Okay, speech is of course fine. If someone speaks, that's a speech. But here, listen. I'm asking you to listen to someone else's speech. Okay, so listen is the action, that is the verb. And how do I want you to listen to his speech? How should you listen to his speech? Ah, carefully.
Carefully.
Carefully is the adverb. Alright. Now moving down. I browse the web frequently. Again, frequently means to do something very often. Browsing is nothing but searching. Okay. To browse means to search. We browse a lot of topics on the internet. We browse based on our academics, entertainment, sports, right? Lot of things are there on internet to be browsed. So I browse the web frequently. Here the action is browse. Web is internet. Alright. So in the second sentence you can see speech is actually an action that is done by some other person. But I am telling this sentence to you by looking at your face. So the action that I want you to do is to listen, not to speak. The speech is given by someone else. Speech is bhashan or prabhashan, right? So that is given by some other person. But what I want you to do to listen to it. So that is the action. Okay. Now the fourth one is it rained hard. So naturally the action would be rained and the adverb would be hard. Okay, let me ask you one thing. We have already studied the word hard as an adjective also, right? Hard is also an adjective. Sometimes we have even uh, we have even described it in the 3 degrees. Using the 3 degrees of comparison, we can say hard, harder, and hardest, right? But here you can see hard is an adverb. Okay. In the sentence, it rained hard. I'm telling you that rained is the verb and hard is the adverb. Let me give another example. The stone is hard to break, or the stone is hard. So here, hard is an adjective. Why? In that sentence, the stone is hard to break. Hard is an adjective, not an adverb. What could be the reason for that?
Is describing the noun.
Yes. So the word is same, but the function differs. For example, imagine, I don't know how many of your mothers are working. Okay, even if she's a housewife, that's fine. Okay, at home, all our mummies take care of their families. But those who are working, once they step out of their house and then they take up the position of their job role and responsibilities, they change completely. They completely take a different role, right? In the office, they might be an office assistant or a teacher or a doctor or a manager or a HR, different positions. So, see, for my parents, I am their daughter. But for you all, I am your teacher, right? Similarly, adverbs have two roles, especially for these kinds of verbs. Not for all the verbs, I would say that. Okay, for example, like this word that is hard. If I say the rock is hard or the stone is hard to break, there I am describing the stone or the rock to be hard. The stone or rock is a noun, it's a thing. Therefore, hard is an adjective in those sentences. Whereas here, if I say it rained hard, rained is an action. So, words describing actions should absolutely be adverbs. I hope you understood the difference, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, even for adverbs, we can use the three degrees of comparisons. Okay, so for fast, we can say faster, fastest, hard, harder, hardest. It rained harder than yesterday. Means yesterday it had rained, today it has rained more heavily than yesterday. Raining hard means to rain heavily. Okay. Carefully, more carefully, most carefully. Frequently, more frequently, most frequently. Same system has to be followed. Based on the number of syllables, you should know how to change an adjective or an adverb into the comparative and superlative degrees. Okay. Now let's see the next one. We visit our parents rarely. Rarely is like you don't even get time. Okay. Whenever you are free, only then you can go. So very short intervals. So we visit our parents rarely. So it is the opposite for frequently. Rarely is the opposite of often or frequently. Now the sixth one is again an interesting sentence. Can somebody read it? Sonal, can you read the sixth sentence?
The fire engine ran fast.
Can you read the sixth
Listen
one?
to
Sixth
his.
one alone.
I hardly go to school.
Okay, we have completed 1 to 5. Okay, fine. So no need to read it again. Fine. So Sriya, I will give you the chance the next time. Okay. Yes. So here you can see I hardly go to school. Is there any connection between hard and hardly, except for the reason you are adding ly? Do you
Excuse me, ma'am.
yes? I didn't get you. Can you repeat? Sriya, I didn't understand what you said.
No, ma'am.
So here the question is there any
But
relation?
sometime before it is not visible.
You have to exit and come back. If the screen is not visible, you just exit and rejoin. Okay. Okay. So here hardly actually means rarely. Hardly is the synonym for rarely. Just like how we said frequently and often have the same meanings, hardly and rarely also have the same meanings. So if I say I hardly go to school, meaning to say that I rarely go to school. Okay, I'm a person who don't even go to school on time. Okay. So now the question that I asked is there any, do you find any relation between hard and hardly? So you may tell yes, because it is by adding ly to hard, you got hardly. But there is no connection between their meanings. It rained hard means it rained heavily. Whereas I go to school hardly means I go to school rarely. So, is there any connection between hard and hardly in the meanings? The spellings are same, and you're adding ly to hard. Agreed. Apart from that, do you find any similarity in their meanings? Hard is different from hardly. Okay, the meanings are totally different. Guys, are you able to understand what I'm telling? Since I'm not
Yes, ma'am.
getting any
Yes, ma'am.
responses, since you are not responding, I have to doubt whether you are whether you are able to understand or not. So if it's not clear, you can tell that also. If you are clear, please respond so that I can move on to the next topic. Okay, all right. Moving forward. So we have completed the first part about how adverbs can describe words. Now moving to the second part, an adverb tells more about an adjective in a sentence. So adverbs can describe verbs, adjectives and other adverbs, right? So now we are going to see how an adverb is going to modify or qualify an adjective in a sentence. Okay, so we have a few sentences to be read. Priya, can you see the screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can read them. You can read the sentences.
The news is very surprising. Nature is really amazing. The coffee is extremely hot, so be careful. I was really surprised to hear from you. The house is so beautiful. The exam was little difficult than the earlier one.
Okay, so here you can see the news is very surprising. So here you will not find much verbs. You will be focusing on adjectives and adverbs only. So in the first sentence you can see the news is very surprising. Here I am describing the news to be surprising. So what part of speech is news? News will come under which category?
Noun.
Yes, news is a noun. So surprising is an adjective because I am describing the news to be surprising. Okay, so the news is a noun, surprising is the adjective. Now look at the word very. I'm not simply telling that the news is surprising, I'm telling that the news is very surprising. So surprising is an adjective. Added to that, I'm using the word very surprising. So I am describing the adjective again using an adverb. So surprising is the adjective of the sentence and very is the adverb. Alright. Now let's see the next one. Nature is really amazing. So I am describing the nature first. How is the nature? How am I describing it? It's amazing. Yeah. So how amazing is the nature? For that question I can say nature is really amazing. So amazing is the adjective and really is the adverb. Are you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Next is the coffee is extremely hot. So be careful. So I am describing the coffee first. How is the coffee?
Hot.
Hot. Very good. Coffee.
Extremely hot.
Hot. Okay. How hot it is. For that, you can.
Extremely.
Extremely.
It's for the second question that you have to give the answer extremely. So the coffee is extremely hot. So be careful. So hot is the adjective. Extremely is the adverb. Also, you can see there is one more adjective in this sentence, but we don't have to give much importance to that. What is the second adjective? Did someone identify?
Careful.
Careful. Okay, careful is also an adjective, but that is not described by any adverbs. So we are focusing only on hot. That is, we are focusing only on the adjective that describes the coffee. So careful is not describing the coffee. Hot is only describing the coffee, right? So hot is the adjective and extremely is the adverb. Moving down. I was really surprised to hear from you. Okay. Can someone tell me the adjective first?
Surprised.
Surprised. And really is the adverb. So finally, I can say I was really surprised to hear from you. Alright. Next is the house is so beautiful. What is the adjective here?
Beautiful.
Yeah. And adverb is so. So beautiful, very beautiful, really beautiful, extremely beautiful. All these mean the same. बहुत, okay, बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत surprising है, बहुत आश्चर्य है. Okay, so very, really, so, extremely, all these are synonyms. Okay. The last one, the exam was little difficult than the earlier one. So here, what is the adjective?
difficult,
Difficult.
Very good. Difficult is the adjective. And the exam was little difficult than the earlier one. So little will be the adverb. I can also write the sentence in another way. The exam was less difficult than the earlier one. So at that time, less will not be an adverb. Less difficult will together be an adjective because it is the comparative degree of difficult, right? Difficult, less difficult, least difficult, or difficult, more difficult, most difficult. Do you remember those?
Yes, ma'am.
So when I'm writing less difficult, I'm not using any adverbs. I'm using only adjectives. Less difficult is together the comparative degree of difficult. But if I'm writing little difficult, then difficult is an adjective, little is an adverb. So there are some minute points, or we can say there are some meticulous details that we need to understand while framing these kinds of sentences. So whenever you are structuring such kinds of sentences, analyze what are all the parts you are using in a sentence so that you will get a better understanding of what is written and also the meaning will be effective. Got it. Now we are moving to the last part. An adverb can modify another adverb in a sentence. An adverb modifies another adverb in a sentence. So as I said, adverbs can describe verbs, adverbs can describe adjectives. Now, one adverb can describe another adverb in a sentence. Let's see how it's done. Okay, who want to read the examples? Okay, Shreya. Yeah. You can raise your hands. Yeah, Shreya has raised her hands, right? Okay,
it rains very hard. Computer run must chip faster these days. I clean my room less frequently because I am busy. I visit my grandparents very frequently. Her singing was extremely melodious.
very good. So here it rains very hard. So here you can see again we are using adverb hard. It rains hard, so hard is an adverb. Now I am going to describe this adverb using another adverb. So over the first adverb, we are going to use a second adverb. So hard is the first adverb, very hard. So very is the second adverb. Similarly, computers run much faster these days. So we know that computers run faster these days. So faster is an adverb. Much faster. So much is again an adverb. So first adverb is faster, second adverb is much. Then I clean my room less frequently because I am busy. Less frequently in the sense you don't get much time to clean your room every day. So maybe you would be cleaning your room weekly once or maybe monthly twice or something. Okay, so you're telling I clean my room less frequently because I'm busy. Maybe we can understand, we can imagine that you clean your room only weekly, one day. So here frequently is the first adverb. Less is the second adverb. Then, I visit my grandparents very frequently. Similarly, frequently is the first adverb, very is the second adverb. And the last one, her singing was extremely melodious. So, melodious is the first one, first adverb. Melodious means something that was soothing to hear. And the second one, second adverb is extremely. It's nothing but very. Okay. The songs or the way she sings was extremely soft or extremely melodious. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, clear.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All very good, very good. Happy for that. Now I will just show you like how adverbs are generally formed. Okay. So you can see that a lot of adverbs can be formed by adding ly with adjectives. Not all the adverbs. Okay. Most of the adverbs can be formed by adding ly to adjectives. So, for example, you can see commonly adjectives can be changed to adverbs by adding ly. So, examples are like slow, slowly, heavy, heavily, quick, quickly, steady, steadily. Then from frequent you get frequently, from rare you get rarely, then from bare you get barely, from strong you get strongly, from clear you get clearly, from honest it is honestly, and then from soft it's softly, from happy it's happily, from easy it's easily, etc. From ready it's readily. Alright. So here you can see that you are just adding ly to the adjectives. This slow, heavy, quick, steady, frequent, rare, these are all adjectives. With them you are adding ly to form adverbs. Okay. At the same time, there are also certain adverbs which don't have ly. Can you just think of it? Can you give an example for that? Adverb without ly. I can give one example that is so. 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 We have a lot of examples. So, very. Okay, what is the synonym that I gave you for frequently?
Ma'am,
What was the
Often,
synonym?
often,
Often. Ah, very good. So, is there ly in often?
no,
ma'am,
No.
can I
Yeah.
see runs fast?
Ah, fast. Very good. We don't say fastly, right? It's always fast. Good. So, fast, often, so, very, right? There are lots of words which are adverbs without ly. Okay. So what we can do, I will just take you to another presentation. So here we will just revise whatever we have studied today. Okay, this is a short PPT. Okay, a simple comprised PPT just to revise whatever we have studied. So first of all, today we learned about adverbs. And when you see the word adverb, we can notice one thing, that is verb is already there inside this big word called adverbs. So that is actually a clue for us to understand that adverbs describe verbs. Alright. Now let's see. This is the correct definition for an adverb. An adverb is a word that modifies or describes a verb, an adjective, or another adverb in a sentence. So who are the three members that an adverb can describe?
Ma'am,
Who are the members? Yeah.
ma'am, can you repeat it?
verb and adjective.
An adverb can describe three people. Who are they? Or I can say like this, an adverb can describe three other parts of speech. Who are they? Or what are they?
It can describe verbs, adjectives.
And what is the third function?
Mm,
Only verbs and adjectives?
Other
Adverbs.
adverbs.
Ah,
Adverbs.
adverbs can also describe other adverbs in a sentence. Okay. So now an adverb can tell us how, when, where, how often and how much something happens. For example, I asked you how the man runs or how the fire engine runs. The answer that we got was fast. So that is the answer for the question how. Similarly, when, if I ask you when is the exam, so you can say today is the exam or tomorrow is the exam or the day after tomorrow. Okay, so adverbs of time will be the answer for this question when. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, the day before yesterday, the day after tomorrow, next week, next month, etc. Okay. Next is where. Where is she playing? I can say she's playing here or the boy is playing there. So here, there, these are the common adverbs of places. Next is how much. How much is actually used to ask for a quantity. Okay, especially uncountable quantities. So for the question how much you can get answers like little, then few, lots of, a lot of, some, more, many, much, etc. And finally, how often. How often shows a frequency. How often asks you about a frequency. For example, how often do you go to school? What will be the answer for that question? How often do you go to school?
I frequently go to school.
Hmm?
I frequently go to school.
Okay, or you can say I daily go to school, or you can say I go to school
regularly.
regularly. Very good. I go to school regularly, I go to school frequently, I go to school daily. All these are the same. So I actually ask for your frequency. Frequency in the sense how often you do some action. For example, if you ask me how often do you go to beach, I would say yearly once because I don't even get time to visit my own land's beach. Calicut is famous for its beach. There are two beaches in Calicut. Still, I don't even get time to visit beaches. Okay. Similarly, if you ask me how often do you go to temples, I go to temples weekly. Okay, weekly one day I go to temples. So likewise, the frequency varies. It differs from one person to another. Okay, what I am telling might be different from what you are telling. Okay. For example, there might be students who go to library every day, but I was a person who visited library very rarely because we didn't even get time for that. Okay, fine. So for example, quietly is an adverb that tells us how something happens. And in the last week, in the homework that I gave, okay, actually there are two words in English with the pronunciation quiet. Okay, one is Quiet and the second one is Quite. Both have different meanings. They are homophones actually. Quiet and Quite have the same sounds, but their meanings are different. Quiet means to be silent. Be quiet means be silent. For that, you can write she slept quietly. She was reading a book quietly. She was listening to his speech quietly, etc. But for the word Quite, you can't always use ly. So, what is the meaning of Quite is very. For example, the show was quite interesting. Means the show was extremely interesting or the show was very interesting. I can say the show was quite entertaining. The program was quite funny. The meeting was quite serious. meaning to say very serious. So I think it was Shreya who made the mistake last week, right? Shreya, did you understand the difference between quiet and quiet?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So QUIET का मतलब है silent, निशब्द. QUITE is very, uh, absolutely. I can say I quite often visit. Okay, I go to the market quite often. Means I go to the market very often, very frequently. That is QUITE. Okay, so now let's see it in a sentence. The cat quietly follows the mouse. Here the spelling is QUIETLY, meaning is silently. So how is the cat following the mouse?
Quietly.
Quietly. So it is an adverb. Okay. Follows is the action. Quietly is describing that action. And one fun fact is many adverbs end with an ly, but not all adverbs. And we also discussed the examples for them. Okay. So now let's see some example sentences. It's time to practice. So there are three or four people here, right? Okay. So read the sentences on the next slides and find the adverbs. Okay. So I will start with Sarthak. Sarthak, you can read the sentence and identify the adverb.
The girl often plays at the park. Often is the
Often is
adverb.
the very good. Okay. So often is the accepted pronunciation. Okay. Often is something that is recently used. It is actually the American slang. Often is what we generally pronounce. Okay. So I think you can better go with often. Okay. Often is not a big mistake to use, but often is the standard pronunciation that we expect. Okay. Yes. Sona, you can read the example and find the adverb.
The dog barks loudly at the cat. Loudly.
Very good. So barks is the action and loudly is the adverb. Good. Yes, Palak.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can read.
She quickly runs to her friend. Quickly is the adverb.
Very good. One last question. Let's see. Oh, someone wants to join. Okay, so this is the last question. So we shall give it to Shreya. Shreya, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this question is for you. You can read the sentence and find out the adverb.
Always.
Yeah, please read the sentence.
He always eats chocolate candy.
Ah, very good. Okay. So he always eats chocolate candy. Chocolate candy is nothing but chocolate, toffees, and always is the adverb. So you can see
Adverb.
all, yeah, very good, Shreya. So there are lots of other adverbs without ly also. See, like often, fast, always, then what is that thing? Quite, 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 very, so, then what was the another one? Hard. Okay, so it comes like that. So with this, we have completed adverbs. So now I will just do one thing. Let me give you an activity. Okay. So we have 10 more minutes. Okay, less than 10 minutes. Just form five sentences using any five adverbs from what you see on the screen. There are 14 words on the screen. Choose any five and write sentences for those words. Now it's 8:56. You can take time till 9 o'clock. Hello ma'am, good evening. This is Annapurni. And ma'am, ಇದು ಈ ಡೆಮೋ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಫೈಲಿಂಗ್ എന്തായിരുന്നു? Could you please clarify? Because ഞാൻ ഈ മെസ്സേജ് ആക്ച്വലി ഇപ്പോഴാണ് കാണുന്നത്. ഞങ്ങൾ ലാസ്റ്റ് 2 months ആയിട്ട് ക്ലാസ്സസ് ഒന്നും എടുക്കുന്നില്ല. And I have been inactive due to some health issues. ഞാൻ ലാസ്റ്റ് ഓഗസ്റ്റ് 31st സെഷൻ എടുത്തിട്ട് പിന്നെ I have taken a break. അതെന്താണ് ഞാൻ ആക്ച്വലി ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്? Even yesterday I checked my portal and I didn't find any function to upload any video or something. I just wanted to update some time slots. Could you please explain that, ma'am? Yes, students, we have 2 more minutes. Okay.
No,
Yes.
can I tell one sentence?
Yeah. Let us complete 9 o'clock. Okay. After that, I will be calling you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. So two of them have done. Good. Okay. So we will start. Yes. I will start with Shreya, followed by Palak. Okay. Yes, Shreya, you can just read out the sentences you have written.
She left the room quickly.
He left the
Room quickly.
he left the room quickly. Okay, good. Then that's it. Only one sentence. My dear, your mic is muted. Have you written only one sentence?
She solved the math questions easily.
Actually, your voice is not very clear, Shreya. Could you please repeat it?
She solved the math questions easily.
Okay, she solved the math question easily. Oh, very good. Then, okay then. That's fine. Yes, Palak, you can read whatever sentences you have written. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I frequently go to school. He is slowly moving towards the door.
Hmm,
She moves so quickly.
hmm.
I barely stand there for an hour. The
So,
stone hit
I
me
have been
strongly.
standing. I'm sorry, I
I,
didn't get.
bar- I barely stand there for an hour.
I barely stood there for an hour. Right? Hmm.
Okay, ma'am.
Past tense. Okay. Very good. Very good. Anyone else?
He walks slowly in the hall.
Hmm,
He quickly answers the question.
hmm.
He frequently visits us. He barely he barely play with us.
He barely
He
plays with
works honestly. He work
ah,
honestly.
we we right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's if it's we, that's fine. We work honestly. If it is he, it should be works honestly. All right. Okay, students. Anyone else? Any other sentences? If yes, you can answer them. Okay, then no other answers. So can we wind up the session? Can we conclude this class today? Hmm. Yes or no? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, all right.
No.
So then let's close the session for the day.